Okay, carb cleaning, Johnson Evinrude. This carburetor is from an '89 Evinrude 6-horse. All the carbs, all the years from 1986 to 2001, I believe, had the plastic bowls, plastic tops, so they're pretty easy to spot. These carbs are a little tricky. They're a simple carb, basic carb, but they're known for cracking. So these bowls will crack, the bowls will warp. So what you want to make sure you do is follow your hole patterns. So if you, I don't know if you can see that, but they were labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is that what it is? It's hard for me to see, but yeah. So you want to take them off in that order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Same with the bowl. You can see here where that's a 3. You got a 1, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you want to take the bowl off in that pattern and put the bowl back on in that pattern. That way you'll avoid the potential to crack the bowl or warp the bowl. So with that, we'll take the bowl off. Start with 1, loosen it. 2, 3, 4, 5. I lost my count here. Oh, I did 6, 5, 6, 7. So once you get them cracked a little bit, it's not that important. Once you relieve the pressure off of them, you can just take them all out. These carbs are pretty much the same for the 8-horse, 9.9, 15s. Not sure about the 20 horses, but it's basically the same principle in the carb. It'll get you the same. There's a top and a bottom. The bowls are plastic. So the bowl comes off, all the screws are still in it. We have a gasket. These ones have a plastic pin for your float. So the plastic pin comes out, float comes off, and the needle's underneath that. So we'll pop the needle off, float. Then we have the seat. So I'll take a larger screwdriver. Pop that out. You can see we have a small pickup hose here. What I normally do is just pop that hose off. And then in there we have a small jet. So you take a screwdriver. And that's pretty much the bottom of the carb. So same idea with the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll try to do it in the right order this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now the pressure's off of it, we can just pull them out. pull that off, you can see we have a gasket, rubber gasket underneath. So all of these screws have a washer with them. You can see the bowl screws. These screws all have a washer with them as well. So you want to make sure you have all those washers. None of them are stuck to the body. So this body has a screw at the end. And there's nothing there. So there's a passage going through. And this is our air fuel mixture. So what we want to do here is bring it in. There's a half turn, 1, half, 2, and it seats at 2. So we know it's 2 turns out. There's our needle and that. So when you get these out, you want to inspect for cracks. Pull those screws out. It's pretty common on these to have cracked bowls. They get old, they're 30 years old, 40 years old in some cases. So there's a small gasket under here. You can pull that or you can leave it. I normally just leave it. You don't want to run these plastic body parts in hot water. You don't want to heat them up in any way. Just give them a spray out with carb cleaner, blow them off, do what you got to do, but don't heat them up. Don't put them in a ultrasonic cleaner. So that's pretty much the carb taken down. This screw here is just your adjustment for your butterfly. So you can adjust your idle with the butterfly. You don't no need to take that out. So that's everything. So we'll go ahead and reassemble. Start by putting our little jet back in. Once you've cleaned and sprayed out, and you can clean it with ultrasonic or just a can of carb cleaner. It's a little finicky to get that hose back on, but if you need to, you can take a needle nose and kind of help it seat down on there. Then we need our seat back in. Then we can go ahead and put the float back in. So I'll slip the needle back on. Down and in. Your little plastic pin that came in from this side. I don't know if it matters or not, but that's the side it came out of, so that's the side it goes back into. So now what you want to do is you want to make sure that your float is level with the body of the carb. So when you look at it this way, the base of the carb is level with the float. So this one's pretty good. Gasket and the bowl. get a couple in there. Once you get a couple in there, that'll hold your gasket in place for you. And then you can go ahead and slip the rest in. So I'm just lightly running these screws down. So then we're going to follow our patterns here. Tighten down on 1, tighten down on 2, tighten down on 3, 4, 5, where is it, 6, 7. So you just want to snug those up. You don't want to tighten them hard. If you tighten them hard, you're going to break that bowl. And I can tell you that these parts are getting harder and harder to find, so you do not want to break any parts. So now for the top, we can line our gasket back up. You kind of look down to make sure that your gasket holes are all lined up, and then you can run a couple of screws in, same as the bottom, just to get that gasket lined up. So again, we'll follow our pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we just have our screw at the end. And our air fuel mixture screw, we're going to run that all the way in, just till it lightly seats there. And then we're going to go half, 1, half, 2. That's that. So the hard work is in the cleaning. So you'll want to make sure you clean out all your passages and spray them out. Make sure everything's clean. That way you don't have to do the job twice. And but that's pretty much it. That pretty much covers all the OMC Johnson Evinrude carbs, from the 6 horses up to at least the 15 horses that I know. All right, thanks for watching.